Hello everyone. Today what we're going to look at is minimum and maximum points, as well as using differentiation to find stationary points, as it kind of co-links inside. So, let's get into it. For y equals x squared minus 5x plus 5, determine whether or not this function is increasing or decreasing at the point where x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 4. The first thing we need to do is we need to differentiate. So dy by dx is going to be equal to 4x cubed minus 10x, and that's it. So how do we know if this is an increasing or decreasing function? Well, all we need to do is we need to sub in minus 3 and 4 into dy dx. So, at x equals minus 3, right? Dy dx is going to equal 4 times minus 3 cubed minus 10 times minus 3, which is equal to minus 108 plus 30, which is equal to minus 78, which means that this is a decreasing function, okay? Because it's got a negative gradient. What about when it's 4? Well, at x equals 4, dy dx is equal to 4 times 4 cubed minus 10 times 4, which is equal to 256 minus 40, which is 216. Therefore, it's an increasing function. Get it? Because it has a positive gradient. If you like this video so far, make sure you subscribe so you never miss another video from me. So let's try something like this. Find the local minimum of f of x if f of x is equal to that. Right, okay. The first thing we're going to do to find a local minimum is to differentiate. So, dy by dx is going to be equal to 6x squared minus 15x plus 6. And now what we need to do is we need to solve this to be equal to 0. Because minimum and maximum points are always stationary. Okay? A stationary point is when the gradient is equal to 0. So let's solve this equation for x. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this by 2 so that we're left with, 3. I'm going to divide by 3 so that we're left with 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. What is two numbers that add up to make 5 minus 5 but multiply to make 4? Minus 4 minus 1, so we can say that this is 2x squared minus 4x minus x plus 2. So what we're left with is 2x times x minus 2 minus 1 x minus 2, 0. And so therefore we're left with 2x minus 1 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. And so x is equal to minus, x is equal to 2 and x is equal to a half, okay? However, which one is the minimum and which one is the maximum? You might be asking. The way we do that is we need to differentiate. Sorry, my mouse has been bugging a lot lately. Again. Okay? So what we do is we do d2y by dx squared, and what we're left with is 12x minus 15. So all we need to do is sub in these x values to work out which one is going to be the minimum point and which one's the maximum. So let's start with x equals a half. When x equals a half, d2y by dx squared is equal to 12 times a half minus 15, which is equal to minus 9. So therefore, because this is a negative, this is the maximum point. Okay? It's in reverse this time. If it's minus, it's a maximum, but if it's positive, it's a minimum. Okay? So now when x is equal to 2, d2y by dx squared is going to be 12 times 2 minus 15, which is equal to 9. And so therefore, this is the maximum point. Okay? And so we know that the maximum point happens when x is equal to 2. The question is what is y going to be? So, f of 2 is just going to be 2 times 2 cubed minus 7.5 2 squared plus 6 times 2. And when you plug that into your calculator, you are left with an answer of minus 2. And so therefore, the local minimum is equal to 2 minus 2. If you're still stuck with any of my explanations, join my Discord server and I can help you out as best as I can. So now let's look at the last example of the day. Find the maximum value for f of x is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared minus 9 minus 3. And we're told that the f of x range is minus 2 to 4. Okay, sure. First thing we're going to do is differentiate. So f prime x is going to be 3x squared minus 6x minus 9. Now we're going to solve that it's equal to 0. So first I'm going to divide it by 3. So we're left with x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Two numbers that add up to make minus 2 but multiply to make minus 3. Minus 3 and 1. So this is x minus 3, x plus 1 equal to 0. So x is equal to 3 and minus 1. The question is which one is a minimum and which one's a maximum? Let's differentiate again. So f 2 prime x, you see what we did there? See the notation? So it's 2 prime. This is the first differentiation. This is the second one. f2 prime x is just going to be 6x minus 6. And now let's sub in our numbers that we have. So f2 prime 3 is going to be 6 times 3 minus 6, which is just going to be 12. So this is the minimum point. Okay? f2 prime of minus 1 is going to be 6 times minus 1 minus 6, which is going to be minus 12. So this is the maximum point. Okay? So if we know that x is equal to minus 1, then what is y going to be equal to? Well, the y value is going to be f of minus 1, which is going to be minus 1 cubed minus 3 times minus 1 squared minus 9 times minus 1 minus 3, which is just going to be equal to minus 2. And so therefore we can say that the minimum point is equal to -1, -2. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys want to get tutored by me, drop me an email and I can send you a quote. Keep on learning, as we have no idea what you're capable of doing.